Welcome back to Hot Rod Mess. I'm Angie.
And I'm Candace.
To-
Punchy.
We're fuckery today.
Oh, yeah.
So today's episode, we're going to talk about being out of gas, like literally out of gas. And Candace is going to touch on when she was literally out of gas. I'm going to touch on my anxiety about my husband telling me about running out of gas.
Good Lord.
And then runs my car to like 5 miles till empty. And I'm like, we're going to die. We're going to die. And he's like, you act like it's going to like explode. And I'm like, it could. It could.
I scared the crap out of Jace one time. We were on the way somewhere, and I was like, bro, we're going to run out of gas. And he was like, no, he's like 6. I said, oh my God, what are we supposed to do? What do we do? I'm like, bro, we're going to go to the gas station. I was like, but we might not make it. He was so paranoid. And then for like 6 weeks after that, every time we went anywhere, do you have gas?
Well, I remember when Jacob was little, we really didn't have money for gas. So like $20 was what you had for the week. That was it. And it was funny because we almost ran out of gas in my Lincoln LS. And I had to get to the Redemption Center because we had to go to Boston to his doctor's appointment. And this was when William and I we had no money. We were broke bitches. Okay.
So, did you own the shop yet, or was he
Oh
still
yeah.
at the
Oh
owned the
no, we
shop,
were still there.
working at the other one?
Yep.
Before you moved over.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you were poor.
We're poor. Yeah. Like he had already moved over, and no, we were getting ready to move
Okay.
over, and we didn't have any money because when we moved over to the shop, that's when I got the Trailblazer. That's when I got the Trailblazer.
Yeah.
We prepped ourselves because remember that's when we had to let that house go. So we went into
Exactly.
foreclosure on that house, had to let it go, and then we had to set ourselves up.
Oh yes, you bought the Trailblazer so that way when your credit tanked, you
Yep.
already had the car.
Correct.
Smart.
Yeah, and then we went over to a company that we had no business going over to, but it all came out. It all worked out.
Everything
right?
works out.
Everything works out. So,
Go to the Redemption Center.
we're on our way to the Redemption Center to get gas, and so we had to go to the Redemption Center, redeem all the bottles because my husband used to drink Mountain Dew like it was going out of style.
That's really funny.
It is really funny, especially because I used to tell him all the time. Interesting fun fact. Everybody says that Mountain Dew kills your sperm count, and so you shouldn't drink Mountain Dew.
That's
It is
funny.
fictitious. It is not real because Little William is a product of the Mountain Dew. And here is why, okay? When I got pregnant, I know we're going off the beaten path, but we're always off the beaten fucking path, okay?
We'll come back.
We'll come back. We're going to circle around. But so I had Ella, now I had 2 kids, and we all know I don't like odds. I like evens. But whatever. And so, and apparently Ella was a twin. I lost one, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So now it's go time. He really wants a boy to carry on his name, his family's name, because he's the 3rd, and then you have the 4th, and blah, blah, blah. However, we'll also get at some point to the fact that Little William's original funny name joke for everybody in the hospital was Chevy Vega. Little William recently just found out about that and is pissed.
Why?
Why couldn't I be Chevy Vega?
Oh, he wanted that to be his
That
name.
would have been the best name ever. Instead, I'm William the 4th. I'm like, that is a strong, noble name. He goes, yeah, okay, Mom. Whatever.
I yell at Douglas. I yell Douglas William Barron all the time. Yep. I'm also yelling William regularly.
So, anyways, he used the Mountain Dew. So I told him, you get 1 shot, bro. That's it. Because I want a summer baby, and my kids need to be all out by the time I'm 27. Like, done. We're done. I'm not doing this anymore. And
I like the cutoff, 27.
Done. Well, you know how hard it was to lose the weight after that? It was ratchet.
I had a kid 2 years ago. I'm 34.
It's ratchet.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
How much and how fucked up are you?
Oh, it's bad. I literally don't eat for 16 hours of the day.
Right. They fuck up everything after a certain age.
Well, I always said that I'm not having a kid after 30, and then life happens. And so 32, I did pretty good. But yeah, no, I understand the cutoff. I really do. But 27 is
mentally my cutoff. My cutoff originally was 25, but that didn't really work out great.
Yeah.
So it was 27. So anyway, this man, God love him, did all of his research, and he said, we got to do it doggy. We have to do it on the first day of ovulation. And I have to drink something really sugary, so I'll drink a Mountain Dew, and you have to eat a banana because women are acidic, and the acid in our vajayjays actually attacks male sperm.
Yeah.
So we're at literally killing you guys before you even make it up.
Especially male sperm.
Yes.
Male
They're
babies
lazy.
want to kill themselves. From the jump, they are trying to
Yes.
kill themselves.
Yes. And so he did all this research,
Mm-hmm.
and talk about, remember all those pregnancy tests.
Yep.
This man brought home so many ovulation tests
So
every day.
funny.
Every day. Here you go. Here you go. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Tracking that ovulation.
Tracking it. So that is why the Mountain Dew is not. It's
That's
not
so
real.
funny.
And I got pregnant on the one time. That was it. Boom. Twice with my husband. One time. Boom.
That's so
Pregnant.
funny.
Yeah, we're fertile myrtle together.
Clearly.
Yeah. But so we go to the Redemption Center, back to Jacob.
Oh God. We're back at the Redemption Center.
Redeem all of the cans, and I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna like run out of gas. When we got to the gas station, my car stalled. I mean, so technically I did run out of gas,
But you
but
got
I was at
to
the
the
gas pump.
Were you like,
I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
tell Jacob to get up and push?
Fuck.
2 years old pushing.
Yeah. So and that is actually, I literally ran out of gas. But my husband, so fast forward, now I have like anxiety about running out of gas, and I'm gonna
Naturally.
like freak out. And the car said I had like 3 miles or whatever to go. It was 2 miles to where I was going.
Fair.
My husband says to me, "How long was the 3 miles on for?" Well, I didn't calculate that. He didn't tell me.
I didn't think about all the other miles I drove
Right.
that it said 3 miles.
Like it was 3 miles when you started from the driveway, or was it 3 miles when you got to the Redemption Center? I don't know. You told me. He goes, well, that's a factor.
Yeah.
Well, he goes, and then also you have a reserve. So that's like the dummy light.
Yeah.
So even when your zero comes on, you really don't have zero left.
Yeah, you still get a couple miles.
So how
bad did you run yourself down?
was it? A couple days? I'm like, I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, okay, okay.
I don't want to talk
I
about
don't
it.
want to talk about it. So then so now I have like all this anxiety about it and all that. And then recently, we're in the Navigator, and he goes, seriously? I'm like, what? What the fuck is your gas light on? And I just, it's cold out.
I mean, valid. I
I
hate pumping my
don't
gas.
pump gas when it's cold out. I literally would drive down the street to the little store down the street, and the little guy comes out and creepishly looks at you and checks you out up and down. Like, I'm pretty sure he's undressed me, molested me, and put me back together like 10 times.
Hey, man, just pump my gas.
Just pump my gas, man.
The one over here by the fire station, they pump?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and
Mom,
they're a Stop and Shop. So if you go to Stop and Shop, you can use your gas points there.
You just made my day.
I just opened up a whole new world for you.
That they pump.
Yeah, they're a full serve all the way around. So even if you roll in with a tow truck, they fuel it up for you.
Are you kidding?
Kid you not.
You are that bitch.
I am that bitch that rolls in with my tow truck, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Fill me up.
Fill me up,
please.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And there's Stop and Shop too.
And there's Stop and Shop points too. Yeah. Yeah.
I love my points.
It's a little complex because you have to go for the Stop and Shop points. I think you have to like physically get out and enter your thing.
Well, that's
if you have the card, you can hand him the card.
Like a barcode on my phone.
Yeah. I think you can do it that way. Jacob really knows how to do it. He's a Stop and Shop guru.
I'll ask Jacob.
I'm not. Because he says to me, Mom, why aren't you using your points? I don't have patience for that.
I love my points. I'm like very serious about the points. And then I like track. Like, oh, if I get 3 of that, I get 500 points.
That's so funny.
I'm very serious about it.
Well, and I also don't shop at Stop and Shop anymore because I refuse to. I had that bag issue. Where I was the cart bandit, the basket bandit.
The basket bandit?
You didn't hear about my basket bandit episode?
No.
This is my basket bandit era. And then it became a trend, and other
Oh,
friends.
when you wouldn't take you'd use a basket.
I literally took a Stop and Shop basket. And like the little basket that you carry around the store, I just walked out with it. And then my husband came on and goes, I got you another one. And I'm like, you're a basket bandit too now. And he goes, well, I'm not paying 30 cents for a bag.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's so stupid.
But they did away with the bag
They
thing.
did away
I
with
think
it.
they realized like people don't even want to go to you.
No.
And then some girl literally started bagging my stuff in a bag. I said, what are you doing? She goes, I'm bagging groceries. I said, no, 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 no.
I'm not paying
You
attention.
emptied all that back out.
Yeah.
Well, now it's a wasted bag. I'm like, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
I didn't ask for that
I
bag.
didn't ask for that 30-cent bag. I'm not paying for a 30-cent bag. If you want me to pay for bags because you're on a budget, Stop and Shop, which are $1 billion company.
Fucking blow me.
Correct. Go choke your chicken. No. Then you better lower your damn prices.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can go to Market Basket, pay half the price, get the same quality of shit, same brand shit, and get a free bag.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
No. I still get the employee discount from Stop and Shop though, because of my child.
Oh yeah, so you're lucky. I do.
Yeah.
I do not get shit.
I love that discount.
My son worked there for
5 minutes.
5 minutes, and he couldn't take it anymore. And he goes, "The corporate world's for me, I can't do it."
Yeah.
Because they're also dumb. It's a simple task. This is your job. You are the manager.
Oh, it's
Why
infuriating.
can you not do this simple task?
It's infuriating.
Yeah, it's infuriating. So
Infuriating. Being out of gas.
So now my husband says to me, she's like, if that fucking spills, I'm gonna kill you. So my husband says, why? Why is your car?
Yeah, why are you out of gas?
Why are you out of gas? And then he goes, well, fuck it. We're gonna wait till we get to the bridge and we'll see from there. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing to me? No, no, you have to go to the gas station. He goes, there's not a gas station from here to where we're going until we get to the bridge. And I'm like, I can't. I can't. He's and like this is recently when we went up north. He goes, why didn't you just fill it up?
You knew we were going.
I
It's cold out.
It was cold and windy.
Oh, it wasn't the windy time when you guys went up there, so fair.
He goes, no. Well, whatever. Now you have to deal with it. We run out of gas. We run out of gas. We'll figure it out. And I'm like, we're gonna figure it out. And then it dings again, and I'm like, oh. And I stopped drinking, so I'm like,
I was gonna say panicking in the car.
I can't even drink right now because I stopped. And so we were cruising along, and he goes, honey, it doesn't, it's not how it works that way. Your 25 miles to empty just came on. So we're not going 25 miles, we're going about 12 miles. So I think you're good. And then if you calculate, you're getting 16 miles per gallon. So you're almost covered with 1 gallon the whole way. So do the math on that. That's why I don't understand why you ran out of gas. I'm like, oh, okay. He goes, and when it gets to 5 miles, that's the, hey, dumbass.
It's time.
It's time.
It's bedtime.
But you still have fuel.
You still have time.
I was like, I don't know, I can't do it. And then it kicked on again at 15. And I was like, I thought you said 25, and I'm doing the math in my head, and that doesn't math out. Now your math is wrong. And he goes, hey, give or take. And I'm like, oh, why are you so relaxed about this? And then he's like accelerating.
Oh, now it's just fucking with you.
And I'm like, well, you're burning through all my fuel now. Like now the calculation is now wrong, and I can't even calculate that because you're burning through all because you're driving fast. And he looks over at me and goes, shh.
Married to the same person.
Don't you have like something to do over there? Maybe you should sit in the back seat. I'm like, no, just don't look over here.
Right. You need to put like some electrical tape on the dash.
Right.
Shut the ding off.
Right. And he just patiently looks over at me and goes, shh.
Oh, I
like,
love it.
And then Ella, Mom, can you look up? And I'm like, I can't look at anything while I'm driving, while I'm in the passenger seat. And the car is
driving.
Yeah.
You're gonna give us a violation on YouTube.
I said, I can't do it, Ella, because I will get nauseous and then I can't read anything. And he goes, and she's already having an issue about fuel. He goes, you can't read anything because you're nauseous. Why are you reading the dash? And I'm like,
That'd be valid.
and I said, I heard the ding. He goes, I'm like, fuck, how do you shut that off? I'm like, you can't, because the car is smarter than all of us. Like, this is the beginning of our 5-hour road trip. Like, what the fluff nugget?
Why didn't you get gas?
It was
No,
cold.
knowing you're going somewhere.
Because it was cold.
I mean, fair.
It was cold and it was windy. And then I figured we would just go get gas in the morning. So long story short, that's like the gist of my gas experience. And now now when the gas light comes on in my tow truck,
Yeah.
so it has 2 bars, and then when it has no more fuel, it starts flashing at you
Uh-huh.
to get fuel.
And then you need diesel in that, so you have to go to a certain gas station.
Correct.
I mean, most of them have it, but.
Right. So now I don't call my husband. I call your husband. How much fuel do I have if it's flashing? You should probably get to a gas station. Like, get to a gas station right now, or like, can I come to the shop and then get gas on my way home because the gas station's behind me? Well, why is it behind you? Did you pass it? Well, yeah. Why didn't you just get gas? I don't know. It was cold out. And he goes, oh, that sounds like a you problem then. I guess you'll find out how much fuel you have in your truck. You'll be the first to find out. And I went, I don't like those answers, Douglas. He goes, I don't know what to tell you. You probably should have stopped at the fucking gas station.
Yeah.
And you're the one calling your husband, by the way, when you run out of fuel. And now they have so much anxiety put into my brain cells about fuel in a diesel, because a diesel, apparently you have to prime it when you run out of fuel. It's not like a regular.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole thing you have to do.
Oh, so now my anxiety is like, oh my God, I can't just like run out of fuel.
Yeah.
And then
They have to let it cycle.
I'm going to have to call someone.
Yeah.
They're going to have to come here. Then I'm going to have to listen to their words. I'm just going to have to sit
Oh, you're
here.
going to have a 12-hour story.
Oh, and then I'm never going to hear the end of it when I get to the shop.
No. Either one of our husbands would give you a whole speech, and then you'd hear the speech again from the other one who you didn't hear the speech from.
Well, not only that, then when they show up,
Yeah.
they show up and give you that.
They have a look.
The grunty look.
Yes.
It's a grunty, cunty look. And you're like, I'm just, it's not my fault. But
I didn't do anything.
And then you know that you're not supposed to say that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's going to send them over the edge.
Sets them off.
But you're like, hey, I love you. And they're like, no, not right now. Today's not the moment.
You had your chance.
You had your chance when you passed the fucking gas station, bitch.
The gas station's behind me.
Right, it's behind me. Why didn't you stop at? It was cold. So that's a you problem.
Oh,
yeah, that's my reasoning. And so then I tell Jacob the story, and Jake goes, oh, mother, that is some girl math if I've ever heard it. And he goes, I'm like, girl math? And he goes, that's girl math. That's girl math. You guys, I don't know how you math that to make sense, but that's your mathing makes sense. And I'm like, whatever, Jacob.
I saw Doug sent me a video. It was dad math. So if dad gets a new boat, he's gonna need a new truck because you don't want his everyday driver driving the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then the old boat has everything already set up. So he's gonna get new stuff for the new boat because he can't mess up the old boat.
Yeah.
And Doug sends me this, and I was like, yeah, that's literally you. That is dad math.
That's dad math, 100%.
Dad math.
100%. Because every car has to have a new mitt, has to have a new seat situation going on, has to have a new cup little thingy going on, has to have a new that, and then I'm like, wow, there goes $5,000 in accessories.
Yeah. I found a what is it? The Chevy Deluxe 51.
Ooh.
And I love her. She looks so mean. And Douglas goes, yeah, but if we get that, okay, so it's $5,000. Great, no big deal. But you're gonna want me to change it to a standard. You don't. Okay, as I said, if we're getting a fun car, it's gonna be stick. I hate not driving a stick. We're getting a stick, so we have to convert it. Okay, fine. And then I find out this is wrong. Okay, great. He just put a new fuel pump, but what about that? And I'm like,
but then you want to upgrade the fuel pump. And then you probably want to upgrade it to fuel injection because then you don't want to be dealing with a carburetor.
It hasn't, yeah. So he's like, and you're not used to that. And he's like, and then we're gonna do the interior. He's like, so then we're another 15 grand into it. And I'm like, I guess we'll just get a done car already.
Yeah. Well, oh, sorry. Hold on. Hold on. We're working.
We're on call.
All right, now I have to share this because this is what my husband's on Do Not Disturb right now. Well, my phone's on Do Not Disturb, and my husband's the only one that can get through to me.
Right.
And so he knows we're recording because I called him. This is what he sends me. Never say that's not my job. That ooze arrogance and laziness. That oozes arrogance and laziness. Chip in to help with what needs to be done, even if it's not your responsibility. Do what needs to be done or help someone find the solution. Period. Even when nobody's watching.
Drops mic.
Bam.
Yeah.
Dropping a mic.
Yep.
So funny. Thanks for the disruption, babe.
It was a worthy
But it was
disruption.
worthy. So that gets to like the other part of out of gas. Like
Yeah.
we're just like we were talking the other day. I know you have had stuff going on and all that.
To me in part two.
Yeah.
Let's have it about
And
you.
but I'm at the point where now, like, so my husband said to me the other day, I want you to like go back to wearing sexy clothes and all this and the regular. And I said, I just can't. I can't. Like the struggle bus to be in a bra all day with flapping jack.
You already don't like a bra.
I don't like a bra. If I could walk around every day naked all day long, I totally would. I don't even give a shit.
I know you would.
Except for when it's cold, which is why I need to be on a tropical island somewhere. Saying.
Fair
Just
enough.
that out there. But I said to him, I can't. I said, I'm mentally exhausted. Like I'm burnt out, aka out of fuel. I'm done. I
Yeah.
got no more fuel to give because I can't. It's a mental struggle to figure out the bra, figure out how that bra is going to fit. Don't raise your arms because there's no more formation to my boobs at the moment. And now I have a lump left over in my breast from having a lump removed. So I'm like, okay. But eventually, I mean, it's the same thing on my neck. So eventually it will
It'll calm
absorb in your body and it'll go away and it's fine.
down.
But like that's the only thing like kind of giving that side of my boob a little bump. So maybe I don't want you to go away. So I said to him,
Just push it over to the middle.
yeah. So I said I'm done. I can't. I said it's mentally exhausting to go through all of this process. I said, and then I used to be are we wearing almost the same shoes?
Yeah, they're pretty close.
They're pretty fucking close.
Yeah, they're very close.
No shit.
Yeah, I know. We actually like sort of match forms.
I just saw the tips of them and I'm like,
These are my favorite boots. They're so
beautiful. I love them.
comfortable. They're so
love 'em.
comfortable.
So I said to him, I said, I can't. And he says, well, you do it for the podcast. And I said, right, but I'm here for like an hour, not 8 to 12 hours.
Yes.
I mean, I'm here for more than an hour, but you get my gist. And I said, it's a lot. It's a lot. I would love to do all that. I said, and I'm also struggling with my weight. And then I'm struggling, like, I've had too many goddamn kids. So I've already had my pelvic floor corrected and pulled back up because apparently it's great to have rapid births, like a fast birth, but it's horrible because all of your stuff just comes with it.
Enough time.
Right. Which is fine, I guess. But after child number 2, it's normal to have more of it fall.
Yeah.
So now I said, and then on top of that, now I have to deal with all that discomfort because the doctor that said almost 8 years ago, 2017. So yeah, we're like 8 years ago, eight or whatever. The mathing. 8 years ago. I was right. 8 years ago.
The math one.
I am the math one. I don't know why I second guessed myself. It was 8 years ago. And he said around 8 to 10 years, you're probably gonna have to have it done again. Because you're young. It won't be as invasive because you won't be having your uterus removed or anything like that. He said, but you're probably gonna have to have your pelvic floor pulled up. He said, most women go 6 to 7 years. But you do your Kegels and you do all this and you're healthy.
Proactive.
Yeah, he goes, you're proactive. But he says 10 years probably is your itch. And because I also didn't want a sling or anything to like any of
Mm-mm.
that. Like, I'm not about having any foreign, I mean, it's awkward that I say this, but I don't want any foreign objects in my body.
It's different than your tits.
It is different than my tits. Because you just, I don't know, you hear about all those horrible stories and all
Oh,
that.
I'm not doing
No.
when he sticks a camera in me in a week and a half. If he's like, yeah, we need to pull this thing up, there's no sling. No,
No. They
no.
can actually, so what they did for me was she cut my pelvic floor, or he, sorry, cut my pelvic floor, and they pull your pelvic floor up, which then essentially pulls your bladder and everything back into place,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just lap it like this,
Mm-hmm.
and there you are. You're back in
Just
back in
back in
action.
business.
Yeah. And I said to my husband, I said, I'm at the same point that I was 8 years ago. Like, I can feel it, so I know
It's coming.
it's coming.
Oh.
So now I'm starting to be proactive. I have to go to a doctor's appointment. I just had one last week. I got to go to a different doctor and get the vajay checked and all that and see where I'm at, and they'll measure and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, but all of that is so mentally exhausting. Like, as a chick, your husbands are attracted to you and all this fun stuff, and it's great, and then you've been together for a long time, so you go through different stages of your life
Mm-hmm.
together. And in the beginning stage, it's all butterflies and rainbows. We call that the honeymoon stage. And then life sets in. That's like your kid stage and marriage and all that. And then as your kids get older, you have to try to like figure each other out again,
Mm-hmm.
but you're kind of stuck in that, well, this is what we were, but you're not, because who you were when you were 20 is not who you are when you're 38.
If you're still who you are when you were 20, when you're 38,
You got
you
problems.
got
You
problems.
put problems. You probably did not grow up very well.
You still live with your mom,
You still live with your,
which is fine. You can still live with your mom,
you
but
can.
like you need
You
to
need to be
be
an adult.
doing something.
Right. Adulting.
Yeah. Well, I've
Yeah.
always told my kids, I mean, you can live with us as long as you want. You have to have a job, and if you're over 18 and not in college, you're paying rent
You're paying
and
rent, motherfucker.
contributing.
Well, I told my children that their rent is $1,000 a week if they live here. So if you're doing whatever and you don't make enough money
Go
to
somewhere
be
else.
able to live on your own, this bitch costs a lot of money to run.
Yeah, it's not free.
It's not free. So you're not living here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was pissed at my
No.
parents when they made me pay rent when I was like 19. But now I look at it and I'm like, thank God they did. I'm so glad they
Right.
did. They prepared me. And all the money that I paid them in rent, they put in an account and gave me when I bought my house.
That's
They
awesome.
gave me all of the rent money back.
That's awesome.
It wasn't about the money. It was about the responsibility.
Right. And that's awesome. Like, that's the thing. Like, and I don't like, I have friends that do that. They charge their kid rent and all that, and their
Yeah.
kids were kind of pissed off at the fact that they were charging them rent. But now their kids had money for a down payment on their house
Yep.
or quick renovations. I mean, because when you're buying out your first house, it's never going to be what you think it's going to be. It's not a done house.
No.
It's a starter home.
Yeah.
And so you may need to have to replace a water heater. Like, fuck,
That was me.
this was not our starter home.
No.
And a year into it, our water tank just went.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't even a year into it. One day my husband got up and went, "There's no water. What's happening?" This house was never even used because
Really?
it was a foreclosure. They only lived in it for 3 years.
Wow.
And then it was vacant
Uh-huh.
for 5 years.
That's insane.
Yeah, they built the house. Yeah, so it's crazy. So they built this house and never really used it.
Was it like summer home?
No, it was their forever home. They built this house as their forever home with their 3 children. And what happened was they overextended and built it to, back then it was an $800,000 house to build in
Yeah.
'06.
Yeah.
So imagine what it's going to be now.
Yep.
And they built the house, pulled it out of a construction loan. This was at the same time that all those mortgages
When
were,
all your stuff was
and all
up.
my stuff went downhill,
Mm-hmm.
but also the same time when all the market started crashing in '08.
Mm-hmm.
So again, they couldn't afford it. They got foreclosed on, left. They fixed, this is fucked up though. They fixed their credit, got ready to go buy another house. 2 days or a day before the closing, the attorney calls and says you can't close on the house. You're still attached to that house. The bank never foreclosed on it properly. At that point, the bank had never, also had never, uh, they never winterized the house properly either.
Oh.
So pipes burst.
Uh-huh.
So they had like $150,000 kitchen. It was in a magazine or whatever in this house. Yeah, not anymore. It was trashed.
That's
I don't
crazy.
remember if you remember my kitchen
I do.
before it was done. It was menace, and all the hardwood floors were like this, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. There was actually mold under the carpets upstairs when we
Oh.
bought it, which all the trim had to be replaced because it was all warped and everything. But they made it. They so then the attorney said to them, "Move back in the house. I can get you your house back."
Mm-hmm.
Well, lo and behold, later on, they still couldn't afford it, and they said, "We're done. Like we're done. I'm done with that house and everything." And it was a learning experience for them. They moved on. They moved out. Then the bank had to wait X amount of years to like X amount of days or years or whatever to actually like put it up for sale, and then
Yep.
we bought it.
That's
So really, nobody has been in this house but us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think we've lived in this house longer than them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we've only been here for 4 years,
Yeah.
which is nuts. But it's just it. Like,
Oh
you know.
yeah, I forget that you guys like Vicky, us, and you guys. We all like
Mhm.
got a house. Like we bought our first house, and you guys both bought a new house
Yeah,
like the same like month.
yeah, we were all moving at the same time. Yeah, and it was crazy because this house. So this house is it's like my dream home. I've always wanted a big colonial and all this
Mhm.
stuff and everything, and I've always wanted a mudroom that I don't even fucking use right
Nobody
now.
uses.
Fucking don't even get me fucking started. It's happening slowly. It's happening.
People will use it.
It's
It'll become a
happening.
thing.
We're getting there. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm just exhausted from it. If the fucking garage goes up, I've won the battle.
Yeah, then
Which
I think that'll set some peace in your world.
well, the garage's foundation is due to go in about a
That's
week and a
awesome.
half. Once that foundation is up, then the building goes up, then the floor goes in. Once all that happens,
Hmm. Yeah.
my husband can move out. The other side.
You could build up a little apartment in there, like give him a bathroom, a little kitchenette.
Well, so I like how I mean, yeah, I mean, how do you get yourself out of being out of gas and
Yeah, when you're
exhausted?
in your slump, what do you do? What's your first step of feeling better?
Oh, it's great. I renovate shit.
All right.
So currently, right now, as you know, I'm in the mental capacity right now as I need a project.
Yeah.
So I'm
What is this? This is a project.
this is a project, but it's not. It's I'm done right now with this until spring, and I can actually go outside so I can finish off the trim because I
Ah,
want to paint it outside so it's done with.
nice.
And then I can just reel it back in and be done with it and
Done.
put it up and then whoop, we're good.
So a project helps you like take you out of your bullshit.
It
It
takes me
like
out of my bullshit.
hmm
It makes me feel accomplished
okay.
after, especially when I have such defeat going on. And actually, I really love working out. So there's that.
We're gonna get back.
I am getting back into working out. My project this weekend is to kind of organize out my gym because I can't go full time in the gym anymore at the moment, currently, until we're done getting out of our fuckery. But it's
Mhm.
fine. It is what it is. We'll be back. We'll be
We'll
back.
be
We'll be
back.
back soon. It's a long process. Probably going to take us about 6 months to a year to get out of our fuckery, but it's fine. It is what it is. But the other thing that I do is I'm a really big color coordinate organizer.
Hmm.
So all these little things that are not connecting the dots in my life, like I have calendars on my fridge that are color coordinated that I'm pretty sure is from September because
Hmm.
I've just been so go 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 and forgetting about everything else that I haven't done it. That right there, once I get back on track with that, and I made us our badass calendar of color coordinated calendar for our
I'm
cruise
very
nights.
excited about it.
I'm so excited about it, and it has an index at the top of like what everything means. So
Cool.
I'm really excited about that too.
I love a key. If there's a
Love
map,
a
and I
key.
love a key.
Love a key.
I track all of my food, which we'll get into my part about why I'm tracking my food.
Yeah.
But so and then I use emojis. Like if I'm in a bad mood, I have an emoji. If like my bladder hurt, I have this emoji. Like
That's
I
awesome. I
love
didn't even
it.
think about that.
Emojis are really
Oh,
I figured that out when I was planning a certain person's wedding.
non-wedding, wedding, non-wedding. Who plans a
Non-wedding.
fucking wedding and doesn't really get married? I want to talk about that. That's a whole nother subject.
And commit and
We'll talk about fake.
so I figured it out when I was planning their wedding. I would use that to like keep all the dumb bridesmaids in order so they like could understand what I was trying to get across to them. And I was like, this is brilliant. Like
That is
why am I not
brilliant.
using
Why have I
emojis?
not thought of that? Oh, and I
Emojis.
love organization.
Same.
So that I think that's all my other problem right now is I'm not organized.
Yeah.
My closet's not organized. My things, and I'm a very type A person. I have to have order and structure and all that. So now to get out of my fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making the first step with doctors.
That's good.
And then I'm gonna make the next step with the boob surgeon so I can fix Flap and Jack.
Yay!
And you don't trust me, you guys will all know when Flap and Jack are fixed.
I think the whole world is gonna know when
Whole
their tits
world's
are
gonna
fixed.
know. They're gonna be fucking turkeys done forever. Nipples out. That's how it's happening because I will never wear a bra again. And I will make a suggestion to anybody out there that ever wants to get their boobs done after having babies, do a lift.
No, yeah.
I did not do a lift in my first time around, and I just put the boobs in, and they were saggy quicker than normal
Mm-hmm.
because of the weight of the implant. But I also had triple D's.
Yeah, you went really big, really
I had porn
fast.
star tits. This was my porn star era. I'm not going back that big, but I am going back to titties. Um, but long story short, I'm getting back on track. I'm getting back organized. I'm making a checklist of all the things that I want to do, and I'm just starting and prioritizing from number one to the end. However, I did call my painter this morning and I messaged him. Actually, this is what I messaged him. Poor bastard. I feel so bad for him. I said to him, I said, in the midst of all of my chaos, I decided to become a painter. Well, I realize my arms are not stretchy, my patience is not any better, and now I want to return to another chaotic planet of fuckery and leave my painting days to you, aka help. I have partly painted my foyer and cannot finish. He says, I'm in Florida. I'll be at the airport soon leaving. I'll call you when I'm there. Get you on the schedule. In
That's
fairness,
great.
my husband did say, you're not painting the foyer. The ceiling here is too high. Once you get up, that wall is too high and you can't safely do it. Just hire the fucking painter to do it. Now, mind you, we barter with our painter a lot. And he has a bill with me. Just use it. And I said, but I was keeping that for the outside. A man is always going to need work done to his vehicle. Like, just, so I'm moving to the dining room.
Yes.
That's
It's
right.
gonna look really cool. I'm
It's
very
gonna look
excited to see it.
ridiculous.
It's
It
gonna
is
look
gonna look
awesome.
badass. If I remember this time, maybe I'll set up a camera
You should.
and
You
do the
should.
brrrr.
Yeah, especially when you do the glitter, like,
It's
share
gonna
that
be
video.
awesome.
It'd be a good TikTok.
And the G word coming out of my mouth is really
Yeah, it's strange, but
it's weird. But really, don't ever bring glitter in my house.
no,
Don't do it.
no. As long if it's on the wall,
Yeah, because it's stuck.
it's stuck. It's not coming off. I really like looking at the glittery wall over there.
It's so fucking shimmy shine.
Yeah,
I actually think I might redo your wall and throw just black glitter in it.
let's do it.
I think I might do that. And I think that when we do the ceiling in here, finally, and we finish up the ceiling, I think I'm going to make it black.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to do a glitter,
Cool.
black glitter. I just think it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And even if nobody enjoys it but us, like fuck everybody else. Like it's for us.
It's for us. It is. It's for us. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. This room is like us.
Yeah, it is us. It's total fuckery completion of us.
I
And then
love
the
it.
mural is all like black and
I love this. I love
blue.
this so much.
It's like, yay.
It's
Awesome.
just like
I want to know if I can find an artist to actually paint
I know someone.
something like this.
I know someone who can do this.
Yes.
I don't know if she'll do it because she's old now, but she might know somebody else who can do it.
Yeah. It would be pretty badass.
Yeah,
So,
it's really cool.
because I actually thought about putting this in my bedroom. But I think the ceiling, I think it's too tall.
Too tall with your 30 foots.
Yeah. So I think if I could get someone to paint it,
That'd be cool.
awesome.
Or just paint your walls black like I did.
Yeah.
I love my black walls and my red ceiling. I love my red ceiling.
Well, did you know I just learned about lime wash?
What's that?
Lime wash is actual paint. You get it in a can,
Mm-hmm.
and lime wash is it's lime wash paint, but it's a lime wash is actually a style if I have this correct. So you literally just do this on the wall
Mm-hmm.
and make like clouds.
Cool.
So I want to do it actually with like black, blue, and like the creamy white in here with gold, like the glittery on my wall
Cool.
in my bedroom. But I'm gonna have to try it in a little area.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to do it.
Figure it out.
Interesting.
And what it does is it makes it like faded, not faded, but dark. So you have like it
There's depth
contrasts
to it.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. It's almost like that sponge wall painting crap.
Yeah. That
But
was the thing.
yeah, but you do it with a like a brush this big, like this thick, and like this wide, and you just whoosh, 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 back and forth.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look up a video of this because this
Yeah,
is interesting.
lime wash, and it breaks up the tone. So where you like black, it would break up the wall, so you have black,
Mm-hmm.
but then you also have like other tones of black peeking through.
I like that. Black, slightly darker black, slightly
Yeah,
lighter black.
yeah, because you don't actually blend it.
It just does it.
Yeah, and whatever the paint does, the lime wash paint, it makes it like fade like a cloud. So basically, it would be like a black cloud.
Cool. Douglas just got me a head of a goat, a demon goat head,
That's awesome.
as my husband does. But I want to put it on a red wall, and I'm like, cloud red behind him might be the way to do it.
Maybe you could do the lime wash
Yeah, that's what
with black and red.
Yeah, I need to.
Douglas, we have a project for you.
Good project. As I was driving here, I was like, okay, tomorrow I cannot tell him to do anything. He has to only do what he wants to do tomorrow because I have literally taken his weekends for the last like month. Well, it was my birthday. So we're only going to do what I want to do on my birthday. And then it was our anniversary. So we're only going to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Does your husband, so this is funny. Like they don't know what to do for themselves. So like, I'm just going to sit here and Facebook.
Yeah.
Because this is weird. This is a trick.
Why are you asking me?
Yeah. Or I said, oh, well, I always choose where we want to go to dinner. Like, maybe you want to go to dinner somewhere different. And he's like,
are you feeling okay?
I never thought about that. Wherever I want, I'm okay with McDonald's. But I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to McDonald's. And he goes, well, there it is. I can't even make it a sound. I'm like, and or like, what do you want for dinner? Steak and noodles. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I get.
Yeah, steak and noodles.
Or I send you Facebook recipes.
Yeah, I sent you a recipe.
Yeah. I'm like an unrealistic ass recipe that doesn't have all the ingredients, doesn't have all the steps, and that looks pretty, but it doesn't necessarily taste good. There's so many that I'm like, yeah, that's beautiful. It's not going to taste good. There's no flavor.
There's only one thing that I've ever made, ever, in my entire existence, and I love cooking, that I've ever made in a pot as a one pot deal that looked like the photo when it was done. And it was ratatouille.
Yeah. Because ratatouille is a mess.
Yeah. But it never moves.
No.
So you put it in and you line everything.
Yep.
I felt like Remy. It was like, brrr, brrr, brrr. And when I'm anal retentive, so there was a pattern of color going all the way around.
I mean, when I do it the real way, that's how I do it too.
Yeah, you got to make the pattern.
Yes.
It needs to be pattern colors, and it's so pretty.
It's so
and
pretty.
It's actually.
Do you have a mandolin? Do you slice all your?
Yes.
Are you hand slicing? Or are you?
At the time, I had that. You put it in this little thing. Actually, I got it from the Ziggy's Christmas party. We crank it, and it spits them out nice and thin.
Cool.
So it was an attachment, and I was like, oh, that's easy.
Nice.
Except for the eggplant was a little difficult. Little fucking eggplant.
Mm-hmm.
Some damn skin. But that is the only dish.
That's a one pan.
That I've ever made, even in a one pan, that has ever looked. Actually, it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's
and nice. It's so good.
So good. So good. And I was actually top. So impressed with myself. So, but yeah, every time I ask my husband, what do you want to do? I did ask him one time where he wanted to go for vacation. He is no longer allowed to make those decisions. You are not allowed. Because he did not make any decisions. And then 2 weeks, I think it was like maybe a month before, I said, so what are we doing? Well, I gave you ideas. What? You did. And I told you. And then you said no. He said, oh, well, maybe we'll just shoot out to Florida then. Quick. I'm like, we didn't want to go to Florida, remember? That's why I didn't book anything in Florida. And then we ended up in the weird duplex where we were walking outside and all of a sudden there was another family there. And we didn't know that there was another family. We didn't know it was a duplex.
Oh my God.
On this Airbnb that I rented. So the pool was one big giant pool.
So you shared a pool with the other people?
Correct. But I didn't know that there was other people. Yeah. It was great. It was actually a wonderful trip, and we actually had a blast, but I had no idea.
Yeah, you did. If you had known, it might have been a little bit.
Yeah, and they were afraid of dogs.
Of course.
So there you go.
Boy.
So they woke up to Vinny and Axel at their window going, hello, I'm here.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm your best friend.
I'm my best friend. And yeah, and it was, oh, hey.
How could you be afraid of those two?
Especially Vinny.
I know, right? Those floppy ears.
I know.
Come on.
Axel has a little bit of dickitis on his face. He has a little assholeitis on his face. When
You can
he's in
call
a
them
mood,
asshole.
yeah. And when he's in a mood and he goes into his Chinese eye thing, it's like bombastic side eye.
Yeah.
He does.
Judgmental boy.
Yeah, he's very judgy. Axel's very judgy.
Oh yeah.
Vinny, not so much.
But he's just happy to be here.
Vinny doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Vinny, however, does have a love relationship going on with Raven right
Yeah.
now. Oh God, it's bad.
That's cute.
It's bad. He kisses her. They kiss. They
Oh.
do. They kiss. Like he sits in his chair, she sits next, and she's like sticks her nose out. And when she sticks her nose out, he goes and looks. I'm like, oh my God, they're kissing.
That is so sweet.
Yeah,
So
he
sweet.
loves her.
That's so
Loves
sweet.
her.
Nikita will lick Romulus. Like he'll cuddle into her and she'll just like give him a lick on his head. She loves that boy. It's so
Like,
cute.
there, special one.
Yep. Yeah, oh yeah. She's like, it's okay, retard. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that word. It's okay, dum dum. Not allowed to say it.
No, you're not.
All right, so renovating, that helps. What is something like you wake up, you feel like shit, you're like, ah, I don't want to do anything today. What's your quick fix?
Eat an avocado.
Really?
I fucking swear to God, I don't know what it is with a fucking avocado.
Fat content.
I eat an avocado with everything but the bagel seasoning with bean sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have bean sprouts, it is what it is. And then I literally, if it's nice out, I will actually go outside with Vinny and I work with Vinny.
Mm-hmm. That helps.
He's the one who makes it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a couple weeks ago, I was in a rare fucking mood. Like I was fiery all week to the
Mm-hmm.
point where my husband was like, sleeping, it's my one eye, she's gonna murder me, and I don't even know why she's murdering me.
Yeah, you were hot.
I was not in the right headspace. And it was diet, like, but also I re thought about that whole week. My
You ate like
diet was
shit.
off. I ate like shit. I wasn't like,
Were you drinking water?
no,
Yeah, there you go.
no. And
That's half my fucking problem.
I normally drink like 80 ounces of water a day.
Mm-hmm.
Those big things gone, like
Yep.
in a day, 3 to 4 of them a day. And I wasn't, and I was just so upside down. But the other thing is Jake was in town.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my son. I love my son. And I love when my son comes home. But when he comes home, chaos comes in. And I like stuff in order.
Mm-hmm.
I want to plan my meals. I plan my dinners. I plan my grocery shopping around my food and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then at the same time, I also went and got a new prescription for my thyroid. And they didn't give me the non-generic. They didn't give me the real
They gave you
pill.
the
They gave me
generic.
the generic. So I think that's also a problem. So it all this shit was going wrong, and I was in a fire mood, and so I actually sat back and was like, regroup,
Mm-hmm.
regroup. My fucking fridge wasn't organized. Nothing. We
Mm-hmm.
all know I like meal prepping. Nothing. And then I actually did say to Jacob, I said, when you come home and you say you're going to be for dinner, then you have to actually be for dinner. Like, that's it. If you say you want lunch, then you actually have to eat the lunch. You cannot cause all this mayhem.
Yeah, that would make me crazy.
And then at 11 o'clock at night, he's rolling in the house, and all I can hear, and I love him and Abby, all I can hear is, you know, motherfucker, shut up.
We are sleeping.
Like, 11 o'clock,
Too late.
turn into a goddamn pumpkin. I'll be in bed by 8:30.
Yeah.
Watching my little show. Old little lady. The fuck? So yeah, that's what I do. You have to regroup. Like you have to rethink like what's going on in your environment that's setting your triggers off. And mine, a lot of it is diet and unorganization. I can't do it.
Yeah, it just
Can't.
brings you down.
Brings me down. So what about you?
Well, I'll tell you in my part. You still got more time. You need to talk about you for like 10 more minutes.
You talk about you for 10 more minutes, bitch. So I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you have to, like, I'm bringing back out the binder, the color coordinated binder,
Nice.
which I used to carry that thing around with me everywhere, and people would make fun of me.
Yeah.
But what was in the binder matched my phone, and what matched my phone, matched the binder, matched the fridge.
Uh-huh.
And oh, not gonna go.
No, you're fine.
But that's the thing. Like if you don't match all this in, then it's is what it is. And I like it so that like if I get sick tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Which is why I have the kids' Bible.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get I forgot to put something on the calendar the other day, and Doug's like, well, it's not on the calendar. How was I supposed to know?
William
And
says that all the time.
I'm like, God damn it, you're right. I'm like, it's in my head. Like we said to them the other night, learn to read our minds.
Yeah. What the fuck?
They've been with us long enough. They should be able to
read our minds.
read our minds.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't need to write shit down anymore.
Yeah. Not even a little bit.
But I need to get myself reorganized too, because like some stuff is in my phone, some stuff is on my physical calendar, and it's
Well, and the other thing is, I think with the podcast, like, I think we've done a badass job getting it up and everything. And I can only imagine with the chaos that goes on for you because you have to do all the production and everything and editing and everything. But all of a sudden, it went from I'm gonna start going. Oh, I'm gonna join you. Okay, awesome. And then it went. When do you want to start? Well, shoot, January 1st. Okay.
mm-hmm.
And it was like, sorry. And it was hands off, gloves off. Let's go, dive in. Here we go. We're on our way.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned into like I feel like it was just rapid fire, and everything else around us just paused.
Yep.
And we just rapid fired it,
Yep.
which is great because here we are into March and we're doing fucking awesome.
We have our stride, but now we got to catch up, pick up all the pieces that were left behind.
So now we got to go behind and get the broom and start sweeping up.
Like you said the other day, I feel like we're finally at a point where we can walk in 9 a.m., hit record.
Yeah,
we're going.
Yeah,
we're going,
and it's awesome.
Yeah,
and I think we're doing fantastic. And like now, that's why like I was like, oh, I can handle the cruise night scheduling and all that crap.
Yep.
And I can because I'm in with all the car clubs and all that crap, and I can handle the TikTok because it's to me, it's one less thing that you have to do because you're doing a lot more shit. And you don't want me editing anything. I just figured out how to piecemeal in videos into TikTok, so you don't want me doing any of that.
I'm so proud of you that you figured that out. Like when you told me that, I was like, oh my God. I was literally screaming when we hung up the phone. I was like, I'm so it's awesome. It's awesome.
Like I was like, oh wait, that's it. So I'm like more on YouTube and I'm downloading videos and how can I do this to get to that and what is this to that and that, or if I don't know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch. And then they have these little videos inside our TikTok.
That tells you how to do things.
Tells us how to do things. So now I'm sitting there reading all of them and or watching them or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I can do this because like I know how to do it, but it's like I have to reread, and I'm a touchy feely person.
Yeah.
So if I can't touch it and feel it, then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that is.
Yeah, and if you don't understand, you don't care.
Yeah.
That
boop, out the window.
Done.
My ADD kicks in. I'm like, gone.
Yep, on to the next thing.
Done. Yeah.
I'm very glad that we're in a place where like things are functioning. We have our figured out. Right. You know, and
like makeup, even that. Like makeup now is taking me like 30 minutes.
Not
20,
even
20 to 30 minutes to do. But I actually would have been done quicker today if I didn't have to deal with the fuckery that I had to deal with. But it is what it is.
It's all good. So my kids were hanging out in the studio. They're having a great time.
Man, yeah. I love it.
Yeah. I love it. It's so funny. The little one's playing on the floor. Other one's sitting in my chair scrolling TikTok. I'm like, get out of my chair.
But they love these chairs.
They do. They're so comfortable.
Well, okay. You know the weird uncomfortable chairs?
That's still sitting upstairs?
Mm-hmm. Well, I own them now. It is what it is. I had to listen to my husband bitch at me about that. I have a problem, but it is what it is. So, he said, well, small guy, can we just keep them? They're kind of great to sit and game in.
Because they got that wide.
Yeah. He can sit crisscross applesauce in it, still have room, and he can lounge.
Lean. Yeah, they have a lounge.
Yeah. So what I'm actually going to do, because I'm going to finish the room on the other side. I'm going to finish that up, organize that all out, fix the stupid futon. That fucking thing.
It's so heavy.
It is the bane in my existence. You can't even make that fucking thing look good. No. It is the worst, ugliest fucking piece of furniture.
I hate futons.
Hate them. I loathe the futon. It is the last bit, kind of my husband's bachelor days. That's how old that fucking
I
thing
was gonna
is.
say,
Okay?
my God.
We've been together for 18 years. That's the last bit of it. And he says to me, "You just don't like my futon. I don't like your futon.
Nobody likes a futon.
Nobody likes a futon."
No.
So Ella and her friends were hanging out in the basement playing pool, and they broke the futon. That's why it's like half, half down and half up. So I told him, either fix it or I'm throwing it out.
Mm-hmm.
He would love to throw out my futon. You know what? I can't even lie about this.
I would love to.
I would love to throw out your futon. So I went. I bought a cover for the futon,
Mm-hmm.
so it could try to look pretty. No, the black on it, Candace, doesn't even look right. Okay, it doesn't go. There's nothing okay about that
Because
futon.
it's a futon.
It's a futon. So what I'm going to do is take those chairs, build those chairs, put those down here.
There you go.
I'm going to reorganize all that. I'm going to get rid of that stupid foosball table because
nobody touches it.
Nobody touches it. And then hopefully when he moves out of the house into his garage, and my husband's not physically moving out of my house. He's just.
It sounds like you're kicking your husband
Yes,
out. And
I
it's kind of
kinda am.
funny. A little bit.
I am, a little bit. And then he's going to move out and go down to the hole, and not literally, and well, kind of literally in a hole because that's where the garage is, but not in a hole. Like, I'm not burying him. And then he's going to have his cute little golf cart, and him and his dog, as my husband said, because he's so cute. He goes, "Kids are not allowed to use that golf cart." Why? That's the golf cart I'm going to use, that I'm going to park in the garage up here. And when I want to go down to my garage, I'm going to get on it with my dog, and we're going to down. I said, "You can't just walk down to your garage." "No!
I don't blame him.
That's a big ass hill."
I'd be doing the same shit.
And then I walked up and down that hill, and I was like, "Oh my God, my ass cheeks hurt." I was like,
So you'll also be taking the golf cart.
Girl, I'm gonna take in my car because he's gonna be in the golf cart.
There you
So I'm
go.
gonna take the car down and get Dad. That's literally how it's gonna go. And we're gonna add that to the list of people to make fun of me about.
Yeah.
And then when it's all done, there's actually gonna be I'm actually gonna do a pinup girl
Mm-hmm.
that says it's gonna be a pinup girl on a Chevy emblem with an arrow pointing this way for ladies to this side. Because literally when you come up to the house, it literally there is a divide.
Yeah.
It's left to right. Guys go to the left, girls go to the right. And the luxurious, fun, by the pool, relaxing, enjoying life, it's going to be on the right side. The man town is going to be on the left side. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually then going to have the same thing built, but not a pinup girl. I'm going to have it as like a guy in like a rustic, like a rough mechanic guy with like the Dickie shirt rolled up with the pack of cigarettes, like an old school made. And I found a company on Etsy that will make them.
That's cool.
With an arrow pointing that way.
Nice.
And that'll be the man side.
I love it.
If you can't figure out which side you're supposed to be on, it's not my fault.
No.
But if you go to the dark side, there's no food there. And then it was kind of funny because Ella, my children. All right, you gotta understand my children. My children are hilarious. Okay. And they love their parents so much that they know that we're never getting divorced or separating. So at one point, William and I were in a rough point, and my oldest goes, "Listen, I don't know what you two are doing. Figure your shit out. Because divorce is not an option." Oh, we were fighting over the kitchen when my husband thought that he had a say in the kitchen.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. And he said to Jacob, "Oh, we're going to be divorced over a fucking kitchen." Well, that hit Jake hard. So then Jake calls me and he goes, "I don't know what your problem is. What the fuck?" I'm like, "We're not getting divorced over a fucking kitchen. He's just saying that because he's being a toddler because he's not getting his way. Okay? I don't tell him how to run his garage. Don't tell me how to run my fucking kitchen. That's how this works. You get the left, I get the right.
There you go.
I get 3,200 square feet. You have 4,500 square feet. Leave me alone. Okay? I think that's fair." So Ella goes, "Well, I don't care. Just hurry up and put the garage up. So when you do get divorced, I'm just going to walk down and see Dad. And when I need to come up here to see you, I'll just come up here and get food." what? Yeah.
It's all about where the food is.
She goes, we all know you guys aren't going to separate. Like, you're going to have a little, he's going to have some hoe come over. You are not having any hoes come over. She's going to meet me for the first time. She's never coming back. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, really? And she goes, yeah.
She has a whole plan.
And Jake goes, oh, Ella, you're on to something. If they do get divorced, it'll be awesome. We don't even have to pick which parent we're going to live with. What the fuck? We're not getting a divorce, people. But if you do, Smokey goes, wait, so does that mean, like, if all my dirt bikes and everything are on the left side of the garage, it means it's at Dad's house? I was like, you know what? Whatever.
They're so
Whatever.
funny.
I'm like, you know what? I'm so glad you guys figured this out.
Yeah, they already had their plan.
Right. And then I said to my husband, I said, hey, so on a serious note, if we ever do separate, problem solved.
Your kids have got it.
Problem solved. Because I'm not leaving my palace.
No.
You're not leaving your big ass garage.
Perfect.
So, I mean, that's a great compromise.
Just put a piece of tape down the middle.
Right. Well, the black tar driveway is the
There you go.
That's it. This is the fuckery that happens in my household.
Oh, it's great. I love it. Well, we've learned how you ran out of gas.
Yeah.
We learned how you unrun out of gas.
Yep.
And why don't we wrap this one up and then we'll talk in 2 minutes about me and that'll be everybody's next week.
All right. Awesome. When we come back, we're going to hear all about Candace's out of gas.
Yes. Thank you for joining us this week. We are Hot Rod Mess. I'm Candace.
I'm Angie. We're a podcast that comes out every Sunday, 4 p.m. We
4
talk
p.m.
about everything and anything. If you want a subject, let us know.
Yes, send us an email, hotrodmess@gmail.com. If you message us through the website, it is 100% anonymous. We love to get all your messages and anything you have to say. You're hearing from us. It's directly to us. There's nobody else. So, if you want to talk to us, please do. We want to get you guys involved.
Love it.
Yeah. We'll see
Peace
you next
out.
week. Bye.